What is good, guys? It's your boy Drip Sports Talk, aka Drip Guy Gaming, back with another video. And today, man, we are finally in the conference finals for East and West. They concluded yesterday with 2 Game 7s. That was actually really intense. And let's just get into it. So my predictions for the semifinals was correct up until the OKC choked against the Mavericks, but what could you do? They're young, their first playoff series together since obviously, Westbrook, Katie, and them were together, so can't get mad at that. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be interesting to find out how this goes out. So my predictions for the my recap for obviously Celtics and what's it called? Fuck yeah, who we just played. Cavaliers. No brainer. We won 5. Not gonna be shocked. It was basically a repeat of the Heat. Um, and then the Knicks and Pacers that went either way. Obviously, that was going Game 7. That could have went either way, but give it credit to Knicks for even fighting for a spot because they were injured the whole series. Jalen Brunson got injured actually near the end of the game, so he couldn't really do much after that. And the Knicks fought their way, but credit to them for putting up a fight against a team that's actually not like bad at all. The Pacers, they're a good team. They're not a terrible team, but they weren't injured like that at all. They had a full healthy team, to be honest, and they still were struggling against a banged up Knicks team. So at the end of the day, credits to the Knicks for showing up. But yeah, the Celtics and Pacers conference finals, easy. Not even gonna debate that one. The Mavericks and OKC, I thought the OKC would pull that off just because they have better, like, they're number 1 seed. They would have better firepower, but like I said, they don't have that much experience than Luka and Kyrie. They do, especially Kyrie. So I had to give the hats off to the Mavericks. They did fight for that, and they did win. Kyrie's just unbelievably good. But yeah, that's just it. OKC's gonna come back though. OKC's gonna come back and strong. I guess they just didn't have the firepower, and I mean they just didn't have the experience, and they didn't have the willpower to do it. But it's all good. And then we got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. That went 7 games, well worth it. Hard fought series. Timberwolves were up 2-0, and then all of a sudden, the Nuggets were like, "Hold my beer, let me drop 3 games right in a row right there. Let me just bang you guys out with 3 games." And then Timberwolves were like, "You know what? Now we going back home, taking that back, going back to Denver, and we win that shit." And that's what they did. They went back to Minnesota. They forced that Game 7, and then, not gonna lie, Game 7, the Nuggets had that. They were up by 20 plus with 10 minutes to go in the third. 20 plus. No. Yes, it was 20 plus going to the third. And they just gave it away. All of a sudden, Timberwolves just sparked up, and from there on forward, they won. And everyone knew it was over when Rudy Gobert hit that fucking contested midi hook shot over Jokic in front of the corner. That was just unbelievable. Everyone knew it was like they knew it was over when that happened. But at the end of the day, hats off to Nuggets, defending champs, no longer repeating. They did do really good. They fought. They had willpower. Timberwolves just better team. They're ready for their dogs. They got better defense. And yeah. So moving on to my predictions for the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. I'm gonna do the Western first. So with the Mavericks and Timberwolves, who I have coming out of that series, that could be a good series, interesting series, because first of all, the Timberwolves are really good team. They're a really good team. They're hard fought. They can play defense, one of the best defenses in the NBA, up there with the Celtics. But they don't have the experience like that for the playoffs like Kyrie and Luka does. So that might play a factor in this. But the Timberwolves do have home court, so that could also be a factor. So let's see how this goes. If anything, if I had to make a prediction, I do have the Wolves just because they're like more weapons and size. I do have the Wolves winning in 6 games, but don't be surprised if the Mavericks and Luka and Kyrie can pull an upset off, and go to the finals. That'd be crazy. But yeah, I have the Mavericks losing in 6. Wolves are gonna take that. In my opinion, I do see that happening. Won't be surprised if the Mavericks come back though and actually pull that off and upset them. And then we move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, in which we got the Celtics and the Pacers, a rematch of the in-season tournament, rematch of the 2019 playoffs, in which they swept them when Tatum was first season here. In my opinion, the Mavericks and the Pacers, I would believe they're on the same level, kind of. Not really, but on the same level. They don't have great experience from the playoffs. Well, I mean, like I said, Luka and Kyrie, they have it, but the Mavericks are like... The Pacers and Mavericks are on the same level, kind of, but the Pacers do have more firepower. They did lead the NBA in most points scored in a NBA game, like, average more points, like wins. So like they don't have the defense. The Pacers do not have the defense, but they got the firepower. So as long as Boston could have that defense and hold the Pacers to like under 100 at least every game, or just hold them and we score more, I think Boston got that. But other than that, the Pacers do got the firepower, but Pacers don't have the defense. But will the Celtics have the firepower? Is a question. That's a question that is a thing, because the Knicks didn't have the firepower like that. They did almost come close in Game 7. But will the Celtics have the firepower? They do have the defense. Celtics do have the defense, though. But will they have the firepower to score more than the Pacers? We just going to have to find out. But who I have winning that series is, if you're crazy to be a NBA fan and be non-biased, if you really think the Celtics will not win this series, I'm going with the Celtics will win this series, just because #1 seed, better team, home court advantage. They literally have the more firepower, in my opinion. Like, the Pacers don't have defense. That's the thing. So, in my opinion, that's just how it goes. But in my opinion, I said Celtics. So yesterday, after the game, I was looking at this. I'm like, Celtics in 5. But I'll still stand by Celtics in 5. I can't disrespect the Pacers. Hell no. I will give them, if it does do 6, if we had to go 6 with them, I will not be shocked. I will not be shocked. So I do have Celtics in 5. Don't get me wrong. I have Celtics in 5. But if the Pacers actually win an extra game, then they don't. If they win 2 games and not just 1, I will not be surprised. So I do have Celtics in 5, but won't be surprised if it goes 6. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, those are my predictions for the conference finals. That is who I have going to the finals, is the Timberwolves and the Celtics. And I'll give you my prediction for the finals when the conference finals are all over and we are on to the NBA finals. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about my prediction. And yeah, let's see who comes out on top and who will get possibly their first conference title ring, actually. Well, conference title, and then going to the finals. But it's been your boy Drip God Gaming, aka Do Sports Talk. And yeah, see you with another video. Peace.